just wanted to say hi. It's a very short clip for today, but I just wanted to update you guys. I did finish the second chapter yesterday, and today I started working on the third chapter and wrote about like a page and a half this morning, which I'm very happy about. I was thinking yesterday that I should start waking up earlier, maybe. So I have some writing time in the morning so I can get more consistent writing hours every day. And today I woke up 5:45 without an alarm. So my alarm is set to 6:40, but I think my brain registered like, oh, we need to wake up earlier to get stuff done. So I woke up early. I'll probably be tired in the end of the day, but I got some writing done, and that's it for today, and I don't need to worry about it today. Good morning. It's now the next filming day, and I wanted to give you a little update about what I'm planning for today. I already had my breakfast, had my strength training, and now I'm going on a little walk. After I complete that, I'm planning to work on the structure of my bug story, my project bug. As I told you last time, I completed chapter 2, right? So I have prologue and 2 chapters right now, and I sent those over to a friend of mine for a vibe check. I don't know what she's gonna come back with, but I wanted to see, because it's different from what I wrote before, and I just wanted to see her initial impressions. I did take prologue and chapter 1 to my writers group, and they did give me feedback, very positive feedback about it. I'm super excited to hear that, but I don't think I'm gonna take the story chapter by chapter to my writers group, because I'm still in the creative process and I don't want to activate the editing mind, and so I want it to be more like happy creative process. And so that's why when I sent it to my friend, I was like, I'd love to hear any thoughts, but it's more like a vibe check, like just initial impressions. And the rest of the first draft I want to do quietly without having any feedback to it, so it's just mine and it's just the way it is. But before I proceed into the story, because I'm kind of at the cusp of what I know about the story, and I'm now venturing more into what I really do not know yet, like all the details and the characters who are not created yet, etc. So before I venture into that part of the story, I do want to plot it properly. I do have a synopsis. It's a very general synopsis. I think it's 1 to 2 pages. And overall, I know the arc of the story, but I do not know the details, and I never used a specific structure. So a lot of people who are plotters, they're using structures, right? A 3-act structure or some kind of other structure, save the cat or something. But I never properly used any structures, because like the previous book I wrote that I believe has a good plot overall, I think the structure came to me more like based on everything I read, on all the stories I read, and my like inner understanding of how stories work. It was never edited like by anyone who knows something about structure, something specific. I mean, I love reading about structure in theory, but I never tried to apply it, like sit down and like be like, okay, plot point 1, you know, this, climax, resolution. Like when I'm writing climax, I'm aware that it's climax. When I'm writing resolution, I'm aware that it's resolution. But I never planned it this way. I just pantsed my way through the first story that I wrote in its entirety. And so for this one, because I love it so much, I do want to complete it. And I don't want to find myself like in the muggy middle and realize I planned it wrong, or something doesn't quite work, or I don't have enough material for it to be a book, and not just like this initial spark, this initial idea. And so I'm planning to actually plot it before I write it, which is going to be a first for me. I feel like this inner hesitation, and I don't really want to plot it, because I'm a pantser at heart, but at the same time I feel like to do this story justice I do need to plot it. even if it's like just general plotting for now, but I do have to have those story bits to kind of guide me through the way, and then I can expand on them and, you know, like write a detailed summary of every plot point and every chapter and every scene eventually. So this is what I'll be working on today after I complete my walk. And I think, I don't know if I will even be able to like finish the entire like one line per bit plot today, the structure, but at least I'll start on it, and I'll put what I already have onto the story arc, and I'll see if I can tell from my synopsis that I wrote a while back if those bits work in terms of the rest of the plot. So that's the work plan for today. Just a little update on today's progress. I have zeroed in on the story structure that I'm gonna use. I've refreshed all of them in my mind, the 3x structure, the 5x structure, the hero's journey a little bit, and this and that, and I've decided to use Save the Cat just because so far what I've written just fits perfectly this particular structure, and I can see clearly where the bits further in the story are gonna fall. So yeah, I've decided I'm gonna do that. I haven't finished it yet today in terms of like transferring my synopsis to the full arc, but I've started the process, so I'll continue that tomorrow. We're in the heat wave, baby. It's gonna be in the 90s tomorrow and like for the next several days. So even today when I went on my walk, it was getting kind of hot, and when I came home I wasn't feeling so well. I just don't like walking in the heat or like semi-exercising by walking briskly in the heat. Anyways, going back to my project, I want to finish plotting today. I looked at my synopsis. I only have one page overall, so I feel like there will be plot points that I'm missing, but first I need to transfer what I have to my Save the Cat plotting structure, and then I'll be able to see what I still need to develop. So let's get straight to that. actually surprised because I have it all. I don't have the details, so I don't know the exact like characters. I mean, I know the character roles in the story, but I don't know how many characters they're gonna be, like who are gonna be important in the story as antagonists, for example. I don't have detailed, I mean, I don't have, I mean, I have supporting characters, but they are already introduced. I do not have like third level supporting characters that are not close to the protagonist. I have not yet come up with them or characterize them. But in terms of the story, in terms of the story bits, I kind of have all of them. I mean, there were a couple of them where I knew what is happening, but I didn't quite know how it's gonna happen. But putting this all on paper, I figured out how I want it to happen, again, without details, but the story is there, the structure is there, and it seems pretty solid. Now, the question is, do I brainstorm those details, characters, and like scenes at this stage, or do I pant my way through the story and just figure it out as I go? I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? Once you have the one-page synopsis and the outline with all the story beats, would you feel brave enough to write the complete story just based on that? Or would you need to know much more about the world and the characters and everything before you get started? Let me know what your process is, because I'm curious. I've never planned before, like I told you, so I need to know what do people do if they are planners. In the meantime, I'm trying to decide if I continue working on this story or if I go back to the story that needs work and that is almost complete but does need a lot of revisions if I'm gonna turn it into the dual POV. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I'll think about it tomorrow, and then hopefully in the beginning of next week I will decide which project I'm gonna focus on, and you guys will find out which one that's gonna be in the next vlog. So for now, I just really want to know how you guys do it. I want to know exactly how much you plot out before you start working on a project. And I'm not saying it's gonna work for me if somebody says, yes, I plot everything out. I have 50 pages of detailed outlines, all the scenes, all the locations, all the characters. I'm not saying I'm gonna follow that, but I'm just curious what works for other people so that I maybe can mix and match taking from that. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today's vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you liked it, please give me a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next week. Bye!